Here we go. The 3 pages of things that need to be done to this vehicle. What have I got myself into? Oh, right. Right, well, this is just a short update video, folks, of my 1981 Series 3 Land Rover Lightweight. And I had it sent to a garage, and I needed to get the tyres, the new tyres fitted, so it's got fitted with 4 new tyres, and the spare on the front also has a new tyre fitted. So I've got all that set. Really pleased with that. That needed to be done. While it was at the garage, and this was a specialist old school Land Rover garage, they're really, really good. I wanted to get an appraisal done on it, and essentially an appraisal, for those that don't know, is they would take the vehicle up on a ramp, and they would go around the whole vehicle looking at all the electronics, all the mechanics, and check what's working, what's not working. And they're really good. It sent me basically a breakdown of they sent me a list of all the things that kind of need doing to the vehicle over time, and what they would cost in order to fully restore the vehicle. Offside rear fog lamp inoperative. 1 number plate light inoperative. Investigation required. Repair expected in the region of £150. Driver's windscreen glass is cracked. Replace the glass, £225. Near side swivel leaking. Overhaul may be required, subject to gaiter removal. Offside steering swivel badly leaking. Overhaul required. Offside front hub seal and drive flange gasket leaking. Overhaul front swivels fitting new housings, seals, gaskets, bushes and bearings, £1,800. Steering drop arm loose on the steering box. Tighten the drop arm, £94.50. Replace the drop arm if necessary, £285. There is a chance the steering box splines are worn, but we could check this if the drop arm needs to be removed. Now, I did get them to fix that one, and luckily it was just tightening the drop arm. The steering is so much better now, by the way. You might have seen in previous videos, I was driving like this, like old school movie style driving. None of that now, no play in the steering. It's really good, so super pleased with that. Both fuel tank drain plugs leaking. Drain the tanks, reseal the plugs and refill, £105. I did get that one done. I know I could have done it myself, but I thought while it was in the garage, get that one done. So that was also one that I got fixed. Exhaust tailpipe mounting bracket broken. Replace the mounting, £60. That's something I could do myself. And so now that was the red, and now we're into the amber. Gearbox steady bar bushes badly perished. Replaced bushes, £53. Front prop shaft splines worn and gaiter split. Replace front prop shaft, £155. Near side rear axle check strap broken. Replace check strap, £55. Onto the blue. Oh, well, there was blue. We're getting like easier, as in things that aren't needing fixing straight away. Engine cooler leaking. Bypass cooler, £95. Coolant pump worn with play. Replace the coolant pump, £295. Rocker cover gasket leaking oil. Replace gasket, £52. Both rear springs out of shape. Replace rear springs, £750. And then poor gear selection, selector strip down required, strip down and report with required repairs. They haven't put a cost there. So far we're looking at fairly expensive. There is also the suggestion of down the line, because there's rust on the chassis, and these vehicles, the chassis rust all the time. It's probably the most common thing. It's not a red, it doesn't need desperately replacing, but down the line, you know, it's going to need some maintenance, some welding, or it's going to need a new chassis. A new chassis, right, would cost, wait for this is with labour and parts, obviously the part is the chassis, and VAT included, £10,000 for the work to do it, because you have to literally strip the whole car back. And then, I'm sweating, onto the green, which is the kind of totally, a little niggly problem, but nothing major sort of thing. Front radiator panel corroded and holed, no action needed. Various gearbox and transfer box oil leaks, no action other than level check and top up. Various engine oil leaks, no action other than level check and top up. And steering damper leaking, no action and monitor. So, get my calculator out. So I worked it out that, and I've probably put the total up already, to get this restored, and that's not full restoration, but restored as in totally nothing mechanical or electrical wrong with it, it is going to be in the region, wait for this, don't choke on your cup of teas, boys, £14,174. Wow. That is, and that's without a paint job, by the way, or like a new cover up here, but I'm going to try and maintain this cover. It's got some pin mould, quite a lot actually, so it might need proper cleaning down. I've heard, can you guys let me know, but I've heard clove oil is really good to get the mould off these canvas covers. But either way, £14,000 without the paint job, which would be another few thousand. So I'm going to do as much of this myself. I'm not a mechanic, guys. I wish I was, and I wish I learned more about vehicles. I'm going to try and teach myself along the way. The main thing is that I got fixed was the wobbly steering. That annoyed me. I got the new tyres fitted, got the wobbly steering sorted out, and the gear selector, where I was changing gear and it would just float. The gear stick would travel miles and it would float, and I couldn't find the next gear. I've now got that really tightened up, and they've done such a good job on that. I'm super pleased with it. Oh, and I also got the driver's seatbelt fixed because it was just loose. It would stand out here. Now it locks. Safety first, and the fog light was sorted. I'm really pleased. It's much more roadworthy than when it was when I first had it. But like I say, I'm not an expert, guys. I'm wondering if some of you Land Rover lightweight people out there, or Land Rover people, can throw in some suggestions, but or good places for parts, where to find parts for these vehicles, because obviously being 1981, I don't really know where to look for parts. I'm not going to go to a Land Rover garage because they won't do them. So I know you've got Britpart and things like that, but I'm going to try and do as much of it myself. I'd like to do the paint job myself. This is going to be a long process. In my mind, I wanted to just crack this out and do it within a month and just get everything done. And then I realised it's a very ongoing thing, and I did a lot of research into what other guys were doing on various Land Rover lightweight groups. And it seems to be that most people do little bits here and there on the weekends, in the evenings. And I think that's going to be the way I do it. So I'll try and document it as much as possible as I can on here, on this channel. But anyone got any tips? Let me know, folks, because what have I got myself into? Oh my god, I love it though. I absolutely love this vehicle. It's such a pain in the butt already, but I'm really excited about this little journey that we're going to go on, and hopefully I won't break down as much anymore. But famous last words, eh? Thanks so much for watching, folks. I know it's a short video. I will update you when I can. Now it's fixed and I can drive it properly, I'm going to go camping in it. I'm going to find a campsite nearby. I was going to take it in the woods, but with the way the leaf springs... Oh, the leaf springs, that was another thing actually somewhere. The leaf springs were out. Did I mention that? Both rear springs out of shape. Replace rear springs, 750 quid. So I'm not going to hammer it up the woods and go off-road with the springs like they are. So I'm just going to go to a standard UK campsite, do some camping in it. I've got a tent coming hopefully soon that fits on the back of it. If not, I've got a World War II tent which I'm going to use. And yeah, come and join me. That'll be on the main channel, TA Outdoors. But thank you for watching, guys. If you enjoy this type of stuff and Land Rover things and fixing vehicles, hit the subscribe button. Give me some help. I'm going to need it. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video, folks. I can hear Dad working on the chainsaw. Right, Dad. What are we doing here, Dad? This is a lot of wood.
We're trying to build ourselves into the coffin in an early day, I think. It's just, we've got rid of so much stuff, it's unbelievable.
So this is your willow tree?
There it is behind you, what's left of it.
That is it. And what was it dying, Dad?
It was dead.
It was dead? We've
got it on YouTube before. It was dying. Last September down the base there, I found some really, I'm out of breath. Found some really weird fungus, and the guys, I said, what was it? And obviously our autumn army guys came and said, it's honey fungus. Yeah. And it was right, just all in here. Great big stuff, great big, like flowers. And they said, that is the nail in the coffin with these trees. Is when you get honey fungus, it's a sign of it's finito. Yeah, yeah. In fact, I think that's left of the fibres. See the fibres there? That's not ivy. That I think that might have been what's left of the honey fungus after I butchered it with half a gallon of petrol. That's the size of it.
Yeah, look at this.
It's got to be 18 inches across, and me and Ryan, the tree surgeon, could barely move this one. So I said, right, let's roll it there as a seat, and there's a cup of tea that will definitely slide off. Yeah. Load of logs of your battery one. Oh my god. Yeah, look, you've done well. This was, I got a film which we haven't put up yet at all, have we, of Ryan going up there with ropes right at the top, about 60, 70 feet up. Yeah. And he said, I feel sorry for you, Graham, really looking at all the stuff that's down here. I'd never realised how, I've done trees, but it was phenomenal. And you can see we got it down into the small bits now. Yeah. But those over the back by the Saxon house, see that there? Yeah. That's a branch.
It's
That's not the base of the tree.
That's a branch coming out of it.
Yeah, so I'm basically going around with the saw. I've kept the bigger bits for making a log store. I want to make a log store over the back there, so that when we have a cook up or anything, the wood's drying as well. So that'll be at least a year before we use it. It's been dead a year, but and another year. You can see the difference between what's probably going, as you call it, punky wood. You know, I've tried to keep the whiter wood, which you said's always a better
white
stuff.
Yeah, it's always good to say.
But there, that's going what we call punk wood, isn't it? I won't pull it out. It's a whole lot.
Not as good fire. Is this firewood then? Yeah.
This is for campfire stuff. Yeah, on grid camping. All this is going to be mullered down and processed, and then these other big branches we're cutting down. Me and the wife are putting it in the wife's car, in big bags like this. If I said we've done 20 to 25 of those already.
Really?
Phenomenal amount, yeah. And then, if you guys wanted to see it, Mike gave me a draw knife, and in the garage I've stripped down the giant branches here to make 4 not fence posts, vertical posts, to make the log store over there. I'll show you if you want. So these are what we put them into. It's not going in my car anymore, we're done with that. But the posts I've made are in here. So I've stripped all the bark off with a hewing axe, and then I've planed those as best possible with the draw knife.
Yeah.
And then when I do have the bonfire down there, oh, heavy. I do have the bonfire, I'm going to burn them off. What do you call it, Mike, when you do that?
Shalsugi ban or something. It's like a Japanese.
Well, Japanese, yeah, okay, pass on
or
that
Yasugi, I can't remember.
But it stops it rotting, so all I do is I'll get that and I cut verticals across here, all the same length. That'll be my 4 posts, which will definitely see me out. They last, what, 100 years or more than that, don't they, when they've been black?
They can do, yeah.
Stuff for posts. I'm going to make a small one out of these next to the Saxon house, because up here I've got left over from Mike's giant Saxon build. I've got 1 roll of thatch left, and I'm figuring we make a little miniature. I don't know, you'll have to design it, like a cone one or semicircular, and put that thatch over the top.
Yeah.
But I'm going to use, for the bigger one, I've got some grey slate left over that I bought for the pallet cabin. Yeah. So they match up. So there'll be pallet cabin, log store matching, mini Saxon house, and mini Saxon log store matching. Had slight trouble with the mower.
Has it? Have you?
Yeah. As you can see by the number of tools all spread over.
What's been going on?
Because I don't know the size of British Standard, Whitworth and all that, I've gone through 50 spanners to find the right one. But it worked, because the pulley belt, a stick went in there and jumped off the pulley.
Yeah.
But
right.
That's it. And
they can check these videos out on TA Fishing.
I'm going to be putting them out on TA Fishing or wherever. They'll appear somewhere. But at the moment, I'm just interested in clearing all that rubbish.
All right. I will link to Dad's YouTube channel in the description below. But thank you very much for watching, guys. And we'll see you in the next one.